Hello, CJ here at Nanthic Gaming. Welcome to a new game for the channel, Medieval Dynasty. This is one that's been on the radar for quite some time. In regards to the game, I'd call it a medieval city builder. But you're building a village, you're building a dynasty, but obviously as time goes on, you will grow your dynasty, you'll get your townspeople, you'll be able to have children, and obviously you'll create your own dynasty through your children. And time goes on. Obviously there's technology as well that you can learn as you go through, so you can advance through technology, and it has seasons as well. So we're just going to jump straight in. It's just going to start a new game. I'm not going to customize any of the settings. I did have a look through them, but it's not something that we want to put in. We want to keep everything pretty much the same as it should be. Yeah, we don't want a building limit or anything like that. So I'm going to just click start game. Now we've got a little cutscene here that just explains the story of the character that you play as and how everything began.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
I've got to say, as far as intros go, that is a pretty good intro. Obviously, it deep delves into the story. So, his mother and family were killed in a war that had happened, and his father pushed him away, told him to go run and continue to live. So, basically, sacrificing themselves so we could move on. Now, I just want to comment straight away, but this game is absolutely beautiful. I love the way this game looks. Obviously, we dropped in straight away with a new quest that is off in this direction. Anything around here? I thought I'd just seen like a wheel or something. Yeah, I thought I'd seen a cart. Ooh, a straw hat. We'll take that straw hat. Maybe we can wear that now. We'll have to have a look, see what we got. Oh, copper sickle. We haven't even started the game, we're already finding pretty decent loot. Anything else on the ground? Nope, don't look like there's anything else around. So yeah, let's push on ahead, head down into that town. We do have inventory as well. We currently are wearing a hat. So yeah, let's place that on. Now I do believe there is a third-person view. Keybinds. Not hide hood. Face controls, no. Maybe I'm missing it somewhere. Change camera perspective, P. So we'll be wearing that hat now? Yes, we are. Yeah, right, so yeah, let's head on down into town. I've just discovered a animal spot crows. Animal spot rabbits. I believe there is a map for this, yep. As you can see, it's quite a large map. So, plenty of towns to go as well. Obviously, you've got Runica, Tukki, Branica, Baranica, Borowo, Gostovia, I think that is there, yep. Danica, Lesnica, Jerzica and Hornica. So we've got quite a few towns that we can go to. As you can see, our quest is down in the bottom. Obviously, I have had a little play around, so I am aware of some of the features. Also, as well, if you click the tabs here on the filters, you can actually look at those spots. So the crow spot was actually right on the field. What's that there? What animal is that one there? Oh, badger. So there's badger spot there. Obviously, you can see rabbits and deer. Let's continue on anyway. Let's go get this underway. So yeah, as I said, it is. I'd like to call it a city builder. There's a crow now. Simply because you are going to be building your own little village, and ours is going to be much bigger than the ones that we're looking at. I can see this being quite a long playthrough with the fields as well. I love the way that the fields look on this game, and the way the vegetation looks in the fields. Just wish they weren't so square, but hey ho, beggars can't be choosers. It'd be nice if you could set them to whatever shape you wanted. So, who is it we've got to speak to down here? He's over in this direction. Yeah, we do need to get underway. Obviously, we've got a few things that we need to do on the first day. Unighost, here we go. So, here's the guy we're supposed to speak to. I'm actually take a seat. But we can't actually speak to him while we're in the seat, and that is a little disappointing. So, Unighost. Those eyes. I didn't think I would see them again. One blue as the sky, the other black like a lump of coal. Are you alright, mate? Like you've seen a ghost. So, you aren't one? Good. For a second there, I thought I lost it. But your eyes, you look just like him. Sorry, you must have me mistaken with someone. I'm new to these parts. Just arrived at the valley, actually. My name's Rasimir. I'm Wanda's son, aren't you? Jordan's nephew. What? Did you know my mother? Not really. I knew of her. We didn't ever actually meet. He wanted to keep us families separate. I don't think I understand. You will. Wait. What do you mean by did I know her? Is she well? I hope she is now, wherever that might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. Damn it, this world. I guess it can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. Nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. It's okay, they died so I could live, and I plan to make the best of this life that I can in order to honour their sacrifice. That's a very mature of you. I'm sure they'd be proud hearing that. You mentioned my Uncle Jordan. I actually came here looking for him. Oh, Rasimir, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your Uncle Jordan is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. I understand how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. So that's it. I'm the only one left. Don't you say that. Hey. Look at me. This valley is filled with warm-hearted people who can gladly aid you with whatever you need, and I'm one of them. So what do I do now? You are free to go wherever you like and start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of the Castellane. You build and farm on any unutilised land in the valley. Construct yourself a house, see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you please. There are many travellers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. What, just like that? I can take land free of charge? Well, you'd have to pay taxes to the king annually, but apart from that, you're free to do as you please. As long as you don't break the law, of course, or at least if you don't get caught doing so. That sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. I think I'll stay here and see what fate has in store for me. I'm glad to hear that. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and a stick from the ground, craft yourself a simple axe. With it you can cut down trees, chop them into logs, and then you can create a wooden hammer that will be crucial in the building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. When you build yourself a home, come back to Gostovia and talk to my wife, Deborahnesia. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished, and then grab some beers for both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Jordan. That sounds like a plan to me, Unighost. Cheers, buddy. Right, so this is just obviously going over a bit of a guide telling us about collecting resources. And sure, we obviously picked up the bits of loot that we saw on the floor. It's the similar kind of process. Yeah, look, there's a stick, stone, Them berries don't look ripe yet, still green. Ooh, some chicory. What's that? Inventory. You want a food? Oh, it's right there anyway. Chicory, a type of herb used for reducing the feeling of hunger, found in the wilderness during spring, summer and autumn, can be consumed or used for crafting. Oh, so we can eat that. And it gives us 25% less food consumption. That's not too bad, especially considering we're just starting off. Might even gobble one of those down now. Let's grab these stones as well. Oh, St. John's Wort. Oh, is that dandelions? Yes, it is. Daisies. Yeah. Let's have a read to see what those do as well. So we picked up daisies as well. It's a type of herb used for reducing the feeling of thirst. Found in the wilderness during spring and summer, can be consumed or used for crafting. Also gives us a little bit of health as well. Dandelion, a type of herb used for slowing down the loss of stamina. Found in the wilderness during spring. That actually gives us more health. So dandelions are pretty good. And we also get that less of a stamina consumption. I didn't read about the St. John's Wort. Let's just grab some anyway. St. John's Wort, a type of herb used for detoxifying purposes. Found in the wilderness during spring, summer and autumn, can be consumed or crafting. So that one just reduces poisoning. What's that we've got as well? I can see we've got some dried meat and oat roll. Broadleaf plantain, a type of herb, so this must be something else that we possibly find. Used for healing purposes, found in the wilderness during spring, summer and autumn, can be consumed or used in crafting. And obviously we've got some apples there as well. So I do want to grab a few more of these, and in fact, as I did say, let's eat let's eat one of those, one of those, one of those, and that should obviously allow us to keep our stamina up for a bit longer. I'm hoping this duration of the actual stamina loss isn't just the 40 seconds. Would be good if it was longer than that. Let's grab some more stones and grab some sticks, because I believe that's also something that we needed. Daisy. Oh yeah, I didn't want to grab that stone, so it's good I did grab a stick. And now it's mentioning tree cutting. Right, before we do go on with that, let's continue on down the path. Now, I do have a place in mind for where I want to build my settlement, and I'll show you. Pretty good ground, I'd say. It's quite open area. Obviously, the only thing is we'd have to not travel too far, but we wouldn't have like a load of trees around us to just cut down and bare. Did have a nose around the map. One place I was looking at was on the shoreline a bit further up there, this area. Now it is pretty open. There's a lot of land that's flat around here that you could obviously build on, but this is quite a steep bank, so it's quite off-putting. I don't really want my town going up a bank, especially a steep bank. Wouldn't be too much if the slope was gradual, but it's not. It's pretty tough going straight up. Just grabbing a few more sticks. Another area that I thought of is, I believe, down by this bridge here. So yeah, I'll change that as well. I don't want to see all the animal spots. Yeah, it's down by this bridge here now. It has got a gradual slope and plenty of trees, so it's not that bad. Ooh. Bear with me 1 second. What's that? A torch? Oh, plank. Anything else around here? Oh, we are luck on the finding today. A stone axe. Well, that's just saved us crafting one. So we'll be able to use that now instead. The crafting menu is brought up with Q. You've obviously got the different options. You've got roads, furniture, decorations, fences, gates, your buildings, and your handcrafting. And this is where you would come to craft the axe. And as you can see, it takes 2 stone, 10 sticks. But obviously, we've just found one we're not going to need to craft one now. Yeah, it's just a stick as well. Just like double checking, like wouldn't like to miss anything. It does look like we've got everything that was there though. Yeah, we definitely did. Stop looking, keep going. We've got to build a house before it turns night time. Right, so yeah, this was one area I was going to build. Obviously, you've got this little bridge right here leading over both sides. And then, obviously, you've got this area here. And it slopes nice and gradual, but I wanted somewhere a little flatter. Obviously, I want to be building our town on flatter land, and maybe the farming can go on the hillside, similar to how the farmland was on as we came down into Gustavia. White-tailed eagle. Where? I can't see no eagle. Oh, is that the guy? What is that? Oh, who's there? Thought that was it. Oh, that is one as well. That's pretty good. Yeah, so mushrooms. Yeah, we won't grab so much stuff just yet. We really need to get a house started and on the way. So this is the start of where I'm thinking to build. Now, as you can see, it is relatively open. It still does climb, but it climbs at a much flatter rate. So the plains are much more smoother. Like up there, it did climb a little bit steeper, but also it was a bit bobbly in places where this is relatively the same smooth pace all the way up, right to the back. So we could have this farmland, say here up the back side, or even on this slightly steeper slope here, but obviously we can work all that out as time goes on. What we first need to do is build ourselves our first house. Now, I think our first house I'm actually going to place somewhere around along between these two roads, maybe down towards this area here. Obviously I do want to build along the riverbank eventually, but with it being such a large area, there is a brook at the far end. I wouldn't mind waiting until we've got some larger houses, because the first house is relatively small. I really want to wait until we can have the larger houses to build over towards this brook. So yeah, we've got a brook running right in the middle, so we've got fresh water all around us, which we can just walk and drink straight out of. We're not going to catch any parasites in this game. It doesn't penalise you for drinking water straight from the source, which I don't understand why some games do anyway. Not all water is filthy. You can drink some water out in the wild. Looks like a thistle, so it's not flowered yet, but we're going to wait for that. Dandelions. I need to stop grabbing them. Anyway, yeah, so we need to get ourselves our first house situated. Now, I did notice that it does kind of taper in down this end. Oh, is that another eagle spot right there? Obviously, the two roads do come down and join. Are these berry bushes? No, they're not. Yeah, because I didn't want to potentially intrude on berry bushes, so I'm not really too fussed about building here. But yeah, I might have the first house literally down on this corner here. Probably gonna face it this way, to be honest, towards us. So let's get that down first, so we know where it's going. There's the tree, so let's bring it back this way. In fact, you know what? Let's place it the other way. We'll end up making it so the tree is in the front garden. Now, yeah, that gets rid of all that. Now, obviously, we've got all these shrubs. If I am going to have this as a bit of a front garden with a tree in it, there is a way to get rid of that, and the way to do that is if you build roads through. So, see how that's cleared that off? We can actually go back through after, tidy it up by getting rid of the roads, and I think should make sure that the bushes stay gone. So what we need to do now, inventory, we don't need the sickle on. I could have actually sold the sickle. Probably see us using the sickle anytime soon. Let's get the stone axe. Let's get the chopping. There is a bit of a tutorial for chopping. I'm pretty sure it hasn't shown up because we haven't actually built an axe. But yeah, you see the first chop when the tree comes down collects all these sticks and also feathers from a tree. and the second one chops it into logs. Now I'm going to leave these stumps. I believe the trees grow back if you leave the stumps, so I want to kind of keep this little bit of a forested area still a forest, this side here, but we are going to harvest trees from this area, so we'll leave the stumps so they can grow back. Don't really want them this being just a bare forest area, unless it comes to the time where we need to build into this area, then things may change. So it's saying that we've got to cut down 5 trees. Now we're already getting a little overweight. We do actually need to craft ourselves a wooden hammer though, which takes 1 log and 10 sticks, so we'll get that crafted. That should reduce his weight just a touch. It's only costing us 1 log, but the logs are what weighs us down. Now, I would like to drop these logs. You know what? Let's see how much of the thing we can build. So to build, obviously you get your hammer out. You can see the foundation is right here. And it's going to take 10 stones, and just hold down the button and it will continually build. Oh, we're actually short 3 stones. Can I find 3 stones? Oh, reed. That's a perfect spot for reed for us as well, because we do need some reed. No, I don't need sticks. There's just a stone. Oh, we're gonna have to collect the sticks. Thank you. Hello, let me jump over it. Well, there was 2 stones right there as well, but hey ho, we don't need them just yet, so they can stay there for now. Right, so there we go, we've got that. We can actually just go and place the logs as well. So we need 8 logs for the frame itself. There we go. We just need a couple more logs. Let's go chop us down the 5 trees. We'll chop down a few. So we've got the 5 chopped down. Now, one thing I've noticed as well is the maples, they give you 4 when it comes to logs. The what are they called now? The spruce tree are 3 logs, and the birch give you 2 logs. Not too sure to get more feathers from some of the others, but that's what I've noticed when I did a quick little test run. So I didn't really do any of the story, just had a go at the gathering, had a look what the size of this first house is, just made sure all the graphical settings and everything were okay for the recording, and that's really all I've done. I have watched a few videos from a guy's channel to obviously see a few different features of the game, like farming and stuff like that, and as you can see we are extremely overweight. Let me just drop a few logs. So what's drop? X is drop. Let's just drop 3, and they'll stay there, so we can come back and get those in a second. It's just going to allow us to walk much faster. So yeah, it's Ono Coho, I think that's how it's pronounced. I do apologise if I pronounced that wrong, but that's the guy that I've been watching, and I would highly recommend this series. It's a pretty good series. Now, we also got a skill in survival from when we were gathering everything. Got 2 here. The one gives you 25% chance of higher poisoning resistance, and we get 2 degrees more temperature tolerance with insensitive. Survival knowledge actually gives 5% more experience gained from survival activities like gathering, which means obviously we'll level up a bit faster. So I'm definitely going to go and pop that one straight into there. So let's get the hammer out. So that's the frame done, and now we've got the actual body of the house itself. Now each one is a separate wall, and you can actually change up how you want this. So what we could do is, if we went to edit, let's change that for a window and change this for a door. Oh, you can even change the material as well. So you got stone, wooden and wattle. For now, wattle is the cheapest. As you can see, the stairs moved over. I feel like that still may be... I think that might be a bit too high, so we might actually put the door back over here. Oh, it only can have one door, so you would have to change one of the windows first, or one of the other walls first. There we go. Now, I do want a window here, because I want to be able to see out onto that lovely river. And you know what? I'm gonna change that one for a plain wall, and probably put in another window on this side here. So yeah, as you can see, each one requires one log. Apart from the door requires 2 logs, and then obviously they require sticks. So is that all the logs? Yep, that's all the logs done. There's also logs up here, and if you were changing the resource, you'd have to change these as well. So you could technically have like top half wooden and the bottom half in stone. So you can mix and match. It's not holding you to anything. So we still need a log for there, 2 logs for this area above my head, and 1 log for there. So that's 4, and then you've got the 4 roof sections. We'll need a log each as well, so we need another 8 logs, which will be another 2 trees. So let's just quickly get on over here and chop down just a couple more trees. Get my axe out. Oh, this is actually a spruce, was it? Yeah, that is a spruce. I'm not going to chop down the spruce then, because we do just want to chop down 2 trees and get the right amount we need. Oh, that's just staying there, is it? You do have to be careful as well. It's telling us about sleeping. So sleeping, eating, probably tell us about drinking. We have already had a drink, so it might not tell us about that. Give me that. No, didn't get the log. I think I did get the log. Let's grab that. And we've also got those logs just here. How many was there? 3. So we're still going to be 1 short. Alright, so we'll come back. We'll still have to chop down another tree. We're going to have 1 log too many, but we will need another log for another job, so that's not too bad. Let's put that one there. There. Is that all of them? Did I count wrong? Have I missed one? Let's put the sticks in anyway. Let's get these walls finished. Now, as you can see, you need straw there. We'll get to that in just a second. We just unlocked a new building as well. Basically, as you... Oh, we're missing a log there. Yeah, as you build, you gain experience in the building section. I believe it's... technology, that's it. Yeah, so... You got the building technology, so as we build, we unlock various new technologies. Survival also has that. Farming has one, and production has one, so that's like your crafting and stuff. Let's get these sticks in here. I'm still wondering how I missed that one. There we go. Now it's telling us about drinking water. As you can see, as water and food has got a little low. So we'll probably sort those out in just a second. We can eat some of the dried meat. In fact, I think the bread refills more. So what we can do, we could probably eat that first. Was it bread? Oh, what is it that we've got? Food. Oh, oat rolls. Yeah, if we have one and I'm pretty sure, yeah, that'll top us right off. So we just need to get some water. Right now, we really need another tree. And then we need to get the stuff for the thatch roof. Let's get his breath back. And we've got to go down to the water, so we'll have this little drink. And then I'll show you where you can get that from. The hay, I believe it's called. So we can complete the thatch roof. It doesn't weigh much either, but yeah, if you find these reed beds, you can get it from here. If you hold down E, it will collect all in the vicinity close to you. Now, we do want to drink the water while we're here, so we'll get that done. And we only need 32 straw to complete. Yeah, not hay, straw. Yeah, we need 32 straw to complete the roof. I'll still grab just a touch more. There we go. Now let me go put the roof on the house. Oh, we've actually missed some sticks there as well. There we go. And let's put that log in. Brilliant. Let's get the straw in the sides of the ceiling. There we go, there's one part of the roof done. And the final bit of the roof. Brilliant, so that's our first home built. Now, chapters are different series of missions that appear at the beginning of the game. Basically these ones here, and introduce you to the game mechanics. It also assists you in the initial stage of your new settlement construction. Completing chapters allows you to unlock the next development stage, which determines the maximum limit of buildings you can construct. So, strap out of that. So we've got a new story, which is Unigost's story, and we chapter 2, which is a survivalist. Right, now before it does go completely dark, then let's quickly show you this. So obviously we've got to craft a wooden spear, a simple stone knife. Oh, what we're missing, 2 stone. So yeah, the wooden spear takes 1 log, so we'll craft one of those. Got 2 stones here. Yep, let's get those. And let's craft up the stone knife. Bingo. Now I've also got placed down a rabbit trap. I'm actually going to do this just outside the town, just over here, but off the road, so obviously I can still use it. I think they're in furniture and decoration. Yep, there we go, traps. Oh, not enough sticks, so we just need a few more sticks. Let me get that torch out so we can see. I can put that away as well. Here we go, sticks. Broadleaf. Oh yeah, so we can find broadleaf, so that's what we just found there. I'm actually after the sticks though. We've probably got enough. Let's just grab a few more. So yeah, I want to place it. You know what? Let's place it on this side. Grab that stone. We'll place it right here. Trap. We got it placed right there. We'll be able to check on that periodically, and obviously it should have us some some rabbits in there, so we can get ourselves some food. Right, so I am going to sleep away the night, but this will be the only time that I sleep away the night. From now on, I'll probably just cut away and do things throughout the night so we can gain levels, and I'm still gathering things so we can obviously progress on through the different technologies. So I'm going to go to sleep, and then we'll wake up in the morning and we'll go and continue on with the quest line that we've got with Unigost. We'll see if we can hunt ourselves an animal while we're on our journey. Before we go as well, let's put some stuff away. That's also 140. Yeah, I'm going to keep that, actually, with it being a copper sickle. Let's put the feathers away. E for all, F for drop. We'll take them with us. The plank we don't need for now. Oh, we're actually using that torch. I thought we would have used the crappy simple torch. You know what? Let's put the simple torch away for now then. We don't need the straw. Let's place that away. I'm going to keep the stone and sticks on us because we are going into town. There's a spare log. Yeah, we'll put all the dandelions and daisies and chicory away as well. The broadleaf plantain, that is just for health. We will just keep that on us just in case. Can't really see us getting into any trouble really on the way to this town. We're not going to need the stone axe. We're not going to need the wooden hammer. Yeah, that should do this now. I know we need to obviously be gaining some cash on this game. So one thing I've found that you could do it is just building knives, stone knives to sell. Sticks, which obviously require 5 sticks, 2 stone. They sell for 40 each. If you were to build stone axes, they only sell for 40 as well, even at 100% condition, and they cost 5 more sticks, so they cost you 10 sticks and 2 stones. So it looks like cheaper in sticks doing knives, and you still get the same money back in the long run. So let's grab some stones. Broadleaf plantain, we'll plant that anyway, so we know what that's used for. We're not going to grab any of the other plants for now, we're just going to ignore those. Let's get some stone. How many stone are we on now? 17. Let's go for 20 so we can make 10 knives to sell. One more. And how many sticks we got? We've got 47. Oh, so we're not even that far on sticks, because we'll need obviously 56 to make 10 stones. So we just need 3 more of each. Now we'll get to town first. I really wish you could walk and craft, but unfortunately you can't. What the hell? Freebies? Stone axe, a bottle of mead, which has actually got mead in, and 3 logs. Right, I'm going to want to take those back. We definitely came across this path when I came in and I never saw that. It seems like every time you go to sleep at night there are random things that are added to the map. I know there's supposed to be secret camps or deserted camps. Obviously there is bandits in the game as well, so we've got to be careful of those. And obviously we've seen the carts. Now I did see a couple of carts the first time. I had a little quick go of it. Obviously I only spent about half an hour to an hour on it just to test it all out, and I saw carts in completely different places. Oh, we've already got a rabbit as well. We'll reset that trap. No harm, thank you. Yeah, and obviously I saw carts, but I saw them in different places. Never saw one exactly where I spawned, so I'm guessing they are a bit of a random gen, and maybe it changes through every sleep cycle. Maybe some of them are based on season cycle, I'm not too sure. But seasons do only last 3 days. Oh, I also want to show you this. Where's the hammer? Oh, I've put the hammer away. You know, before we go running to town, then I'll just quickly destroy this road, just so I can show you that it should get rid of the where them logs there. That it should actually get rid of all the grass and everything that was there. We're gonna sell the mead. Yeah, 280. We're definitely selling the mead. That's money for us. I wanted the hammer as well, and we've also got a stone axe. We don't want that. One hammer. Let's get the wooden hammer out. What? Did that not equip? No. We'll also put the spear on one as well because we're going to need the spear, and I'll put the hammer back as soon as we're done. So yeah, if you hold down right mouse button, well, if you press right mouse button, it comes up this. So you've got repair, destroy, build. You've got destroy. As you can see, it shows you the road, so we can just go through and get rid of the roads. And as you noticed, obviously the grass comes back, which I'm not really bothered about. What I was more bothered about was the bushes, so it gets rid of all the larger items. I believe the only thing that doesn't get rid of is these kind of stones. I'm not sure if it's these, because I know there's some stones that you can mine later on in the game. I'm not sure if that's what that is. Anyway, let's put that back. We're not going to be taking that with us. Let's get going. We'll craft those tools up when we get a bit closer to town. We've got to keep his eye out as well for something to kill along the way. Oh, never mind. Missed the chance there. There's another one right up there. Can we get the jump on it? Is that an animal? Or is that a rock? That's a badger. Oh, I missed it. Are you joking me? No, I didn't. I hit it. Where did it go? Whoa, 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 whoa. Our health. We took a hit then. And he's dead. Whoa, that badger took a beating. He actually destroyed our spear. Let's skid him. Sorry, Mr. Badger. We got 3 fear and 4 meat from that guy. I think we only got 2 fear and 2 meat from the Frankie. But yeah, as you can see, then we had that dirt symbol in the bottom. It's let me quickly show you. I didn't quite explain what I was doing right there. I just kind of ran in. But this one here, dirtiness, we can see that symbol in the bottom corner. It means that this is building up, and you can simply go and have a little swim in the pond, and that should clean you up, get rid of that. You can also make wash tubs and stuff, so you can just clean yourself while you're in your town. Now let's quickly get a jog on, get ourselves over to the town. Oh, can we get a jog on? Thank you. Really should have gone and crafted up another spear, but never mind. Oh yeah, this one's still here. So we'll have to keep his eye on it then. Didn't vanish overnight, but it might vanish between the change of seasons. So we'll have to keep note of that. And if it has gone, then it must be seasonal based. But we definitely didn't see those wood logs. Unless I did run past them, I'd have to check back on the recording and see if I did miss those things. Yeah, and up the top now, that chapter, obviously we hunted an animal. All we got to do now is survive to the next season, which I said the season's only 3 days, so that's going to be pretty easy for us. I'm not too sure how I feel about the season's only been 3 days. I might do 1 full year, because if you can change the season settings within the game while we're in, simply in the customized game option, but the setting doesn't take place until the change of season. So if we decided on doing it, we'd probably have to do it around winter time, and then obviously in the next year it would then have the longer seasons. Now, didn't he say we've got to speak to his wife? I'm guessing that is over there. Is that a marker here? Oh, so we've got potentially 2 quests here. No? Hold on. Where did this go? Oh, is it one of you? Alvin. We'll probably come back on that in a sec. Let's go find the person we're going to speak to. What's this one here? Is that this lady here? Yep. Is this his wife? Yeah, Dobranesia. Hello, what can I help you with? Ah, you're Dobernesia, right? Nice to meet you. I'm Rasimir. That's right. Nice to meet you too, Rasimir. What brings you to me? Unigos told me that you can fix me up with some food. I haven't eaten a proper meal in weeks. Well, it depends what proper means to you. But I can offer you something warm and filling. That sounds more than amazing. There you go. Now, tell me something about yourself. How do you know my husband? There's nothing much to say, really. I just arrived at the valley looking for my uncle Jordan. Didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Ah, yes. He was Unigos' friend. I remember now, hearing that he had eyes just like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay. I don't even remember him, really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother, loved him furiously, even when he stopped visiting. Oh yes, he was Unigos. Oh, and he pressed that button first. A lot of people did, from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear, but let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? Well, I was part of a travelling band of troubadours. I've never managed to learn how to play any instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley, not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unigos for the first time. He had so much sadness in his eyes. Jordan wasn't just a friend of his, he was part of him. The band left a few years later, but I stayed. There was something in Unigos' presence that I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. No, not really. I did though, because he's in his 50s, she's only 32. What? Are you implying that I look old? Nothing of the sort, anyway. So, it looks like... dodge. So it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you could call it that, or blindness, or stupidity. Poor judgment, maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. Pretend all you like, you fell hard for the grandpa with the sad eyes, and you know it. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else. Yeah, I can't imagine breathing without him now. But don't let me go all soft on you. You surely got some places to go. It was a pleasure talking with you, Dobernesia, every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when you start a new life. Everything costs coin these days. I really appreciate that, but I'm not looking for a charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on. Don't try to be a hero, man. Alright, do something for me. It won't be a handout, just your first pay. That I can agree on. What do you need? There's a farmer in the village. She's called Jaragnua. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what could happen to these people when we run out of beer. Consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Unigos asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course, here you go. Great, thank you. He promised to tell me some stories about Jordan. Oh, I see. Well, in that case, so just give us 4 more ale. Thank you. We forgot to craft up the stone knives. Oh, I've just done one. You can actually batch craft. Press R, and you can tap E, F, boom, you're doing all of them. Let's get those crafted up. She is a merchant as well, so we could have sold them straight to her. So let's get this done. I think what I might do as well, I might run across and speak to the farmer that she mentioned. I'll have to see if it's in our side quests before we go speak to Unigos and get the story running. I don't think we need to rush all this too much. I could prefer really just get building on our town. I think, as I said, the chapters are the ones that advance the town more and allow us to build greater things, larger towns. That did just drop from the back here. Oh, what a very abrupt landing from the sky. And one more. Bingo. Right, where did she go? Oh, she's still stood here.
How are you?
So, show me your
Best
wares.
goods in the valley.
Sell F. So we'll sell her that. We'll sell all the fur for now. We're not really using it. We'll sell the mushroom. Can't really sell her the oat ale. Kind of need that right now. Oh, have I re-equipped a decent one? Because we already used one. Let's sell that one and sell that 9 there. Yeah, so it seemed like I re-equipped a better one instead of keeping the one that we've already used there. Don't really want to sell anything else. There isn't really anything else that we've got to sell. Farewell.
See you soon.
And that's, what did that net us? Inventory. We've got 400 now. Let's have a look on journal then. So, oh, it's a story quest for her. So, I don't think there's any rush for that either. You know what, let's at least go speak to it. And how much time we've got? We've got 5 minutes, so let's, can we activate that quest? Track quest, F. And that takes us off the one with Unigost. Let's speak to her first, then we will actually go and speak to Unigost, just so we can get them beers gone before I sell them a drink on myself. So, Yaragnima? Hello, Yaragnima. I've been sent by Darbonesia. What for? I've heard that you're the one that supplies rye to the tavern, is that right? So? Sorry, is this not a good moment? Forgive me, I didn't mean to be rude, I'm just dealing with some personal issues. I don't want to intrude, just wanting to ask about the rye situation. Unfortunately, we won't be able to provide the rye this time. The crops are all diseased, pretty much unusable. And if I didn't have enough problems already, but don't worry, I ordered delivery of rye from Ronica. It should have been here yesterday actually, don't know what happened. Nadar usually is very prompt. Maybe you could go see him, check if everything's alright. That's what I'm going to do then, take care. So just a bit of a fetch quest I'm guessing with her. We'll get on that another time. Let's go speak to Unigost. So here you are, Unigost. Rasimir. Hey Unigost, you're looking at the proud house owner from the valley, and I'm back bearing beers. A job all done indeed. Alright, let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Jordan for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend. A brother actually. I remember the day we met as if it was yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Gellenberg, where I was born. You could say I hated the place, but still, it was the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday, I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did, doing the only thing I could do, stealing. You were a thief, Unigost? I was, and a bloody good one, if I might say. Picking pockets was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork, and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is a crime, no matter the motivation, Unigost. I'd say you'll want to wait to hear a bit more before getting all high and mighty on me. I'm sorry, go on. We had an annual festival at Hjellenberg. It always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in about 5 minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewellery, a pair of new boots, and then I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt. It was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked behind him in the crowd, like I did 1,000 times before, child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always, and then wham. What happened? I was punched in the face. Oh, it felt like a ball. I was so shocked I didn't even realise what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding. I could barely see straight. And do you know what was the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming? No, a smile. A big radiant smile on the face of the man with 2 different eyes. It was your Uncle Jordan. The one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. Just like that. Just like that. I don't get it. That's just how Jordan was. You see, your uncle was deadly clever, smartest man I've ever known, hands down. He could see the world like nobody else, predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of anyone else, so on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you. Indeed, apparently even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing he accepted his invitation, right? Didn't really have a choice, did I? Was terrified of the guy at the moment. So we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival? Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care though. In a matter of seconds we were sitting at a table being serviced by two barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind there was only one explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was all the first time. It was his first time in Hallenberg. It all felt like a dream, to be honest, especially with me still being days after that punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman, his manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved. And then he chugged a beer like it was a race, wiped his face with his sleeve and burped like a drum. He went from lord to savage, just like that, a click of my fingers. I relived that moment a dozen times, until I realised why he did it. It wasn't a mistake, oh no. No laziness, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand. To understand what, Unighost? That he was full of crap. You see, Masamir, your uncle was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. And what does that even mean? Imagine a closed door, two armed guards at the side, and you want what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock, but Jordan, he just holds his head up high, walks right in and demands the door to be open. You were right, that all sounds surreal. I never knew that about my uncle. My mother's stories were always quite different. Because I'm afraid she knew a quite different Jordan than me. Than everybody in the pack. Wait, the pack? Oh dear, Rasimir, there's so much you still don't know. Your story hasn't even really begun, but it's getting late. Oh, our story. Come on, you can't leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more after that beer we had. We had a couple more, and then some mead, if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, started making some drunk and absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. Next thing I remember was waking up in silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It was the first time I'd even touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chin was so high, it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming, and then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? It was all Jordan's doing. I never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst into laughter, even years after. Needless to say, I left Hallenberg with him on that day. First time I went outside the town's walls, and I never came back. That was the day the pack was born. And 3 years later, there were 5 of us, a real team, a family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, I wish I could have been there. It's all incredible. Never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I'll be sure to do that, Unighost. Thanks for everything. Oh, now we're a bit boozed up. Did he have all that booze? I don't really count that many being drunk. Nope, still got 4. Where's your wife?
How is life treating you? My wares never disappoint.
Even better when you fill in my pockets with stuff your husband gave me. Didn't take off, we should say. Let's sell all those beers, we don't want them. And farewell.
Have a good day.
Alright, let's head back at home then. Obviously, we've got Unighost's story, wait for the next day. I do think, though, we're not going to push too far on with it, though, now. We'll pop back as and when we can. But let's get back to our home. Now, did come up saying that we can build a well. But I think what it might be, we may be running out of time for the first episode. I'll just quickly double check. Oh yeah, we've just bridged the end of today's episode, so we are there out of time. So obviously I'll be back at the home by the time we get to the next episode. If you are enjoying this and you want to see more from this, do please hit the like button. Lets me know that you are enjoying and you do want to see more. And if you're new to the channel as well and you haven't yet, don't forget click the subscribe button so you can be notified of when I post more content. I'm always going to keep looking there until that's gone. But yeah, have a good time and see you again next time.